Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, guys. This story is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing and unusual quarterback battles we've seen in recent Browns history. And trust me, it's not just about who will start Week 1. It's about the entire direction of this team's season, their aspirations, and perhaps even their future. The Browns, as you know, have been in a bit of a flux at quarterback lately. But what's really catching everyone's attention right now is how this competition is unfolding, especially with the unexpected development that Kenny Pickett, the Steelers' quarterback, is sidelined with a hamstring injury. Now, this injury isn't just a minor setback. It's opened a significant window for Joe Flacco, who's been around the league for quite some time, but still remains a very capable and experienced option. So, what's the latest? Well, Kevin Stefanski, the Browns' head coach, has been quite clear in his comments. During practice, Flacco has been taking the majority of the first-team reps, giving him a real shot at cementing his spot as the starter. This is a big deal because, for those who follow Browns football closely, you know that Flacco, at 39 years old, is one of those veteran quarterbacks who's seen it all. His experience, especially during the 2023 season when he helped lead a battered Browns offense to the playoffs, carries a lot of weight. Even though he didn't take as many offseason reps as others, his performance last year really gave him an edge. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer pointed out that Flacco, due to his showing in 2023, kind of received a first-round bye in this competition. That's a pretty poetic way to put it, but it speaks volumes about how much respect he's earned in this race. During his stint with the Colts, Flacco proved he can still be a capable starter, but it's his role in Cleveland last season that really elevates his stock. The Browns went into the season with some uncertainty at quarterback, and Flacco stepped in when needed, guiding the team through tough times. His leadership and ability to manage games were crucial in getting the Browns to the postseason, something many didn't expect at the start of the season. Now with Pickett's injury, Flacco's opportunity to start Week 1 is more real than ever. This would be his 14th time earning a Week 1 start in the NFL, which is quite a milestone for any quarterback. Think about it. This guy has been around the league for a long time, and he's still fighting for that initial game of the season. For Browns fans, this is exciting because it means stability, experience, and the chance to see a veteran lead the team into the most important game of the year. And let's not forget, the last time Flacco started a season opener was in 2022, filling in for Zach Wilson. So he has that experience of stepping into the spotlight when it counts. But what about the other contenders? Well, Shedeur Sanders, the highly touted rookie from Colorado, is in the mix, but let's be honest, he's facing an uphill battle. The reports from training camp suggest that Sanders is far behind Flacco, Pickett, and even Dillon Gabriel, who's a third-round rookie. That's not exactly what Browns fans wanted to hear, especially when we're talking about a quarterback with such a high profile coming out of college. Sanders has drawn plenty of criticism for his pre-draft process, particularly because of the way he approached interviews and his overall football IQ. It's been reported that he was behind in terms of football knowledge during the offseason, which is surprising for someone with his talent and background. The fact that he was considered a potential first-round pick and then fell to the 5th round has only added to the skepticism about his readiness to lead a team right now. During the Browns' offseason workouts, Sanders struggled to make up ground. The team's coaching staff primarily focused on Flacco and Pickett for the first-team reps, with Gabriel taking what was left over. And it makes sense. Gabriel, despite his slight frame at 5'10", has impressed with his football IQ and understanding of the game. That's especially valuable in this competition, where decision-making and understanding of the playbook can often outweigh physical attributes. The Browns have made it clear they want to streamline their quarterback reps, moving away from sending out multiple offensive units simultaneously, which was a tactic used earlier this offseason. This change is going to make it even more challenging for Sanders to get the reps he needs to catch up, making his path to the starting job even more difficult. From what we're seeing now, Sanders faces what some might call a Super Bowl LI type climb, an almost insurmountable challenge, to win the Week 1 starting job. Breer mentions that Sanders has gained some ground since the offseason workout started, but he still remains a developmental project at this stage. Remember, he was a much-rumored first-round candidate, but falling to 5th overall made it unlikely he'd be the Week 1 starter. The Browns' strategy seems to be more about developing him for the future rather than rushing him into the starting role. Plus, with the rookie 5th-round pick, Dillon Gabriel, impressing, the team might be considering him as a potential backup or even a future starter, depending on how his development continues. Now, a lot of Browns fans are wondering, what happens if Pickett's injury forces the team into a different approach? Well, there's been talk about possibly placing Pickett on injured reserve temporarily, which could allow the Browns to keep both rookies, Gabriel and Sanders, on the roster without losing them. But that seems unlikely at this point, because the team is probably more interested in having a ready-to-go quarterback for Week 1. The question is, will Sanders be able to pass through waivers if they decide to cut him? That's a big question because if he doesn't, he might have to settle for the practice squad, which would delay his development even further. And speaking of the future, Browns owner Jimmy Haslam was recently asked about another intriguing quarterback, Arch Manning. Now, while he didn't comment specifically about Manning's immediate future with Cleveland, he did say that he believes Manning will stay in college for the 2026 season, possibly entering the draft in 2027. That's an interesting insight because it shows the Browns are thinking ahead, building their draft capital with 2 first-round picks, likely in anticipation of a deep quarterback class next year. It's clear they're looking for long-term solutions, but for now, the focus remains on the current quarterbacks, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders. So, what does all this mean for Browns fans? Well, it's a fascinating situation. On one hand, you have Joe Flacco, a veteran with playoff experience and a proven track record of stepping into critical moments. His familiarity with the offense, his leadership, and his ability to manage games make him the favorite for the starting role. On the other hand, you have young guns like Dillon Gabriel and Sanders, who represent the future but still need to develop and prove themselves in the NFL. The injury to Pickett might accelerate Flacco's chances, but it also underscores how unpredictable football can be. A hamstring injury might seem minor, but it can have ripple effects on the entire season. Browns fans are rightfully excited about the possibility of seeing Flacco start the opener, but they're also curious about how the rookies will develop and when they might get their shot. Looking at the bigger picture, this quarterback competition is not just about who lines up under center in Week 1. It's about shaping the team's identity, establishing leadership, and setting the stage for the future. The Browns' roster is loaded with talent on both sides of the ball, and with the right quarterback, they could be serious contenders once again. The AFC North is one of the toughest divisions in football, with fierce rivalries and intense battles every year. Any shift in the quarterback hierarchy can ripple through the division, affecting playoff seeding and team morale. The Browns have been building a solid roster, and this quarterback battle is the final piece of the puzzle. As we watch this unfold, it's important to remember that football is a game of inches, moments, and timing. Flacco's experience might give him the edge now, but the journey is far from over. The rookies are still fighting to make their mark, and the coaching staff is watching closely. We've seen players rise and fall in training camp, and sometimes a single game or a single practice can change everything. Browns fans should stay tuned because the next few weeks will be crucial in determining who leads Cleveland into what hopes to be another successful season. And let's not forget, the season is long, and injuries, surprises, and big plays can alter all our expectations in an instant. In conclusion, this quarterback competition in Cleveland is a microcosm of football itself, full of drama, uncertainty, and hope. Flacco's veteran presence has given him a significant advantage, especially with Pickett's injury, but the young guns are not giving up easily. Gabriel is impressing with his football IQ and understanding of the game, and Sanders, despite being behind now, has the potential to develop into something special if he can catch up. Browns fans, this is exactly the kind of competition that keeps us on the edge of our seats, eagerly awaiting what's next. Whether Flacco starts week 1 or a rookie surprises us all, one thing is certain. The Cleveland Browns are back in the conversation, and the journey to the playoffs is only just beginning. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this quarterback battle? Do you believe Joe Flacco has what it takes to lead the team in week 1? Or do you see one of the rookies, like Gabriel or Sanders, stepping up and surprising us all? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. We love engaging with you, celebrating wins, and analyzing all the twists and turns of the season. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. This team is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for joining me today, Browns fans. Let's keep that passion alive and get ready for an incredible season ahead.